Welcome at the International Sketchnote Camp in Verona for this unique series of podcasts brought to you by European visual practitioners with your host Karl.
Ciao Federica.
Ciao Karl.
I feel honored and happy to be here and to do this podcast during the ISC EVP. Yeah, I'm really honored to be here, and I'm really grateful that for the work you did the past months. It's more than a year.
More than a year.
More than a year. I remember the first call we had, and then it was a process, and it taught me a lot. And in this podcast, I want to look back together with you since the day the intention you had in Birmingham, bring people together. And now the end is almost near. So welcome, and let's get into this conversation. How do you feel?
I feel very good, very satisfied. Proud of this result, and happy. And also grateful because I feel the support that Claudio Nichele and I received in this year by many volunteers. And this is a demonstration that when a community feels intentionally connected around a topic that is practice or simply an interest, it resembles into a common effort.
Yeah.
And I saw that in these 3 days.
But it starts with the intention.
Yeah.
which is important. For persons or people who are listening and don't know you yet, how do you see yourself? How would you introduce yourself?
I'm an organizational psychologist. Wow. And a graphic recorder. Mm-hmm. I have these two professionalities that at a certain time I decide to combine together in order to benefit from each capabilities. And so time ago I started to find out a name that would be a framework for my profession. And that time the name visual psychology came out because it contains the psychology part and the visualization. And so today I'm happy to say that more than 6,000 people meet visual psychology in their experience, because I had more than 23 years of experience and more than 160 coaching paths made by visual coaching. So the visualization coaching is one of my capabilities and one of the things that I love most to do.
Your background is psychology?
Yeah.
When did visualization came on your path?
After 10 years. At the beginning I started as a recruiter. Yeah, for 6 years. Mm-hmm. And then I decided to become an independent professional, exploring the gamification, experiential learning, outplacement in big companies. And then I realized that being more creative and bringing creative activities, game, drawing into a group was able to energize people and let them think differently. At that time, I discovered graphic recording after 10 years. And so at the beginning...
And how did you discover it?
A friend of mine invited me into a training course based on visual facilitation.
Wow.
And it was love at first sight. Yeah, because I discovered that it was not a matter of being able or being good in drawing, but being good in synthesizing in a visual way what was happening, a conversation. And so at that time, I put myself in a different level. Not in a performative, I saw myself not in a performative way,
Yes.
but combining my already present ability in finding out the main point of a conversation, but adding one step more, adding visualization. And that time I started my process until visual psychology.
So you had already the psychology as a first stack, and then you put visualization right on top of it. Visual psychology, it's as well the name of your future book that will be launched very soon, so it's a bit product placement as well, so very interesting. Then your visual psychology, how did you get in touch with communities? Finding those people who do the same, maybe in a different way, but how did you connect to people? And
I try to remember because we are talking about 13 years ago.
wow.
Yeah. And I think that when I met one of the most known people in Italy in that field, they talked me about the European movement, and they were organizing an event. Sara Serravalle was organizing, was organizing an event in Rome, and I was there in 2015. I was there, and that time, thanks to Sara Serravalle, I met other colleagues from Europe. And then, thanks to social media and especially Instagram platform, where that was perfect for our purpose, I started to establish a connection.
Yes.
And year by year, attending different meetings all around Europe, this virtual connection was transformed into a real connection. And that was the process until now.
I'm really happy that you mentioned the name of Sarah as a gatekeeper for you to open new doors to community building. And it's kind of evolution. You have the gatekeeper, Sarah, you enter the gate, a new world opens. When did you have the idea, now it's the time for me to bring back something to the community?
The idea was inside my mind some years ago. But as you know, it's better to decide to do a bold move when you are mentally, physically prepared. When you have, I don't want to say 100%, but a high percentage of many things settled to do that. And 1 year ago in Birmingham, at the ISC meeting event, I felt that I was ready. And also, I was 1 month before, I was in Tallinn for the EVP annual meeting organized by Kati Orav. And there was the same sensation. Someone told me, Federica, why don't you organize next time?
So they reached out to you or suggested.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Both in Tallinn, then in Birmingham. That was like a signal, because I was already close to that decision, but they pushed me forward.
Okay.
And then I met Claudio Nichele. I shared with him my idea. And
you met him in Birmingham?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That was our first time. We knew each other already, but just through social media.
Not in the way you know each other now.
Absolutely not. I met him two days before my decision. So I was talking with him about my sensation, openness regarding this, taking this important lead, and he immediately say, "I'm with you. I will help you."
Wow. support you.
And that was another important step, because
so it's another gatekeeper.
Exactly.
Opened a new door.
Because I'm used in my job to do everything by my own, everything. And so I was mental settled to do everything by my own. And so when Claudio came to me, it seems to be like be more lighter because I knew that I could share half of the preparation. And then Claudio thought to call you by phone. You remember the time? We were.
I still remember the place.
Where you?
I was sitting in the couch. I was thinking in the afternoon. I was in the Netherlands in a little family house. And then I saw Claudio and I said, And I knew he was in Birmingham. I said, he has a question for me. I had a little goosebumps when Thank you.
Yeah. And so we would like to have the organizational support, especially in terms of managing financial issues by EVP.
And volunteer insurance, which is important.
Exactly. So due to your openness, embracing this idea, that was the final step.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. It is around now, the feelings, the outcome of these days, and especially the feedbacks from people. They are very happy because they found an environment that is, according to them, this environment is good to facilitate the conversation, meaningful relation, increasing the bond that were already there, but here is easier, of course, and it is faster, of course. And so I'm very, very happy of what we have done together.
So you're already referring to the results. Let's go back a bit in the process. What was your biggest learning and maybe the biggest tip and trick you give to people who were intending to organize something? So do you have some tips and tricks?
Yeah. I would say that you have a lot to plan, and you know that not everything will happen as you imagine. Due to this awareness, you should be flexible to finding solution, to accept that sometimes what you have planned or what you design is not the best solution, the best way. You have to be very, you have to pay attention to find the right balance in order to reach your goal, to put in action what you have in your mind due to the concept that you have established, of course, at the beginning.
Of course. And the intention.
And the intention. And you have to find a balance. Because at the end of the day, there are two important things. The event itself, the organization, but also the relations that should be maintained.
And with the different stakeholders.
Exactly. Having an eye and a perspective at the same time on these two levels, according to me, is the key to maintain everything flowing, going, running. And so being flexible first, maintain these two perspectives, and at the very beginning, define a concept, because everything starts from a concept. What would you want to convey? What should distinguish your event from others? I would say distinguish. So some element that let you say this is typical of my event. And this is such important. Otherwise, you continue replicate what copy and paste what you have seen in the past. So you learn from your previous experience. You take inspiration, but it's not enough.
And you add layers.
Exactly. You have to put your DNA, your idea, your personality, your skills also into the concept, and then develop the concept into a deployment process.
And how important is a city as Verona to do this in this context? It's not only about your values, what's important for you, your own personality, but you need a context as well to drop your concept. How important is Verona in this story?
It was fundamental, like the concept. It was at the same level, because you have a concept, but you should choose an environment that can host that event.
So that the concept and the context are aligned. Yeah.
Exactly. And Verona, as a plan, is revealing ourselves that it was a good choice due to his dimension. I'm a very practical person. First of all, I think of dimension, because people are satisfied when they can orient themselves inside an environment, and Verona is not too big. So you can manage your movement, your logistics, you can reach the main square, you can walk into different paths on the river, etc. But also the beauty should be a city that convey the beauty of many other cities in Italy. And according to me, Verona is able to do that and to surprise people in many different ways.
Okay, small enough and big enough to manage. It was close to an international airport as well.
Exactly.
Which is important.
Exactly.
We're almost at the end of the podcast because it's gonna close here, and I don't want to close the podcast. But anyway, now we are in the weekend. What is the first feedback you get from people?
They are grateful, happiness. Someone is surprised that everything is flowing very well, and I realized that that kind of feedback is the engine that lets you be every minute with the good energy and maintain adrenaline if you are, of course, also tired.
Okay, you have the engine, you have the oil, probably the participants and everything around. And maybe a very important last question. What is your personal takeaway? Maybe I will rephrase my answer. What will you do with this experience for future, for your professional future?
One side is a confirmation that that I can do this. That is a new event. I already organized many other events, but this is a typical one. Okay, it's not the same. And so
international.
Yes, this is a confirmation, one side, and on the other side is that the most important thing is when you can learn when you're doing something. Even if you are doing something you are leading people, let me say, okay, you are a person they are looking at in order to be oriented, but don't forget, it's important to be not to forget that you have still to learn, continuously learn.
So remember to learn continuously.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a great takeaway. So remember that lifelong learning is very important in everything I do. And let's have a look on your left, on my right, and see how everything is ready
Yeah.
for the last day, and in the middle we see the campfire. So it's ready for tomorrow.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
enjoy.
beautiful. Thank
So
you.
it was really, I'm grateful that you were here in this podcast, telling your stories, and for sure you will inspire people, to do and take initiative. And for me, the takeaway, in every gate you take, there's always a gatekeeper to remember. And thank you for this, and thank you for organizing. I'm grateful that I could work with you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Karl. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for listening to this EVP Visual podcast. We thank the ISC sponsors and partners, Newland, IUVC, Federica Tabone from Visual Psychology, IFVP, Fuvini, Dario Paniagua, and Virpi Oinonen.